There were 6 finalists in the final round of Oratorical Declamation. In 6th place, from Charleston, Amy Daniels. In 5th place, from Marion, Kalia Thompson. In 4th place, from Downers Grove South, Dara Puvar. In 3rd place, from University High School in Normal, E.J. Newby. In 2nd place, in Oratorical Declamation, from Prospect High School, Ivy Fishman. And your tournament champion, from Thornton High School, Destin Patton-Warner. And now your tournament champion in Oratorical Declamation, Destin Patton-Warner.
Let's get right to the point. Anything I say to you here is to answer your biggest question. Should I or shouldn't I join the military? Everything else is just crap, right? Time's a wasting and I need to know. Should I or shouldn't I? Well, let me submit this to you. I believe you've already made the decision. You're just looking to validate that decision. Am I right? Really, stop and think hard. Am I right? You know exactly what you're going to do, don't you? War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. In an open letter, Christian Ballman explains the hardships as well as the privileges of joining the military. Letter to a Young Enlistee by Christian Ballman. Joining the military is one of the most profound and personal decisions you'll ever make. Up there with who you'll marry. And I gotta be honest with you. I'm not gonna help you make the decision. First of all, because as I've already said, I believe the decision has been made, hasn't it? And secondly, I'm just not gonna help. What a jerk, you might be saying right now. Some tough guy author goes to war, says he's a soldier, writes about it, but can't go on record for or against it. Some tough guy. Yeah, whatever. See, here's the thing. No matter what I say to you, it's not going to affect your decision, is it? Because you've already decided. And here's another thing. I can't really talk to you about being a soldier until you are one or are not one. Either of those two people, I can talk to. I know exactly what I want to say to either of those two people. But to that third person, that might end up being a soldier but might not person, no, I've got nothing to say to you. I joined the Army because my daughter needed an operation. True story. I was 20 when I decided. My daughter needed an operation on one of her kidneys. A $30,000 operation, and we didn't have any health insurance. The Army has 100% health insurance, so easy decision. I joined the Army. But here's another one. I joined the Army because I had something to prove. True story. I was 20, had very little self-confidence. And it came to a point in my life where I realized, unconsciously, but it was still there, that if I didn't do something really big and really hard to prove my self-worth to myself, I would likely end up a deflated wreck of a human being. I had a couple of ghosts to kill. High among them, the stepfather that had belittled me for close to 20 years, and it looked like the Army might teach me how to kill those ghosts. Okay, Those are two stories on why I joined the Army. Both true stories, 100%. Need me to go on? I got 1,000,000 of them. All true. But what about you? What are the reasons racing around in your brain? What's up there in the front and what's buried deep in the back? Be honest. Anyone who answers, saving the world for democracy or defending freedom, gets smacked on the back of their head, smacked hard maybe twice. If you joined after 9/11 to go kick the asses of the people who killed my New York neighbors, I'm with you. But that's not where we are we? We're in Iraq. And here are a few facts. Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with 9/11, period. And the presence of American soldiers in Iraq is making the world a more dangerous place for everyone, including Americans. If you didn't know those two facts, you're stupid, and I don't want you in my army. But if you do know those two facts, and you're still seriously thinking about joining, well then, now you've got my attention. Because I didn't say those things to convince you not to join. I just wanted to make sure you knew them. A few more. Someone died in Vietnam so our former president wouldn't have to go to war. There was a list of names. Names of men who qualified for exemption, and someone got kicked off that list so our former president could be illegally put on it. You know the truth, right? Dan Rather and Rush Limbaugh and all of the differing forces of media aside, everyone knows the truth. You do too, right? Funny. I don't see your hand wavering at all. I don't see you arguing with my points above, but then again, who can argue with what everyone knows? But I don't see your hand really wavering either. You've already made up your mind, haven't you? The battlefields of history are strewn with the bodies of young men and women who died for their country, or thought they did. I don't want you to die for our country. I don't want you to die. You're beautiful. Do you know that? I don't want you in pain, and I don't want you silenced. But in the end, you know exactly what you're going to do. And I don't need your reasons. The obvious ones or the buried deep ones. Just make sure you know the reasons, though. It'll make it easier for you to accomplish the things you need to accomplish. Make sure you know the truth of the world and the reality of your place in it. You're going to have to forget it all when you go. The truth and what you think about the truth. If you don't push it aside, it will get in your way, and that's dangerous. Dangerous to yourself and your fellow soldiers. But the truth will live inside of you somewhere. A small light. And be your compass. The truth will sleep inside of you, and it will be there for you later when you need it. Not if you get killed, of course. Because nothing can save you then. But a win. And oh, please, I hope so, you come back. When you come back, there will be pieces of you missing. Maybe something big like a limb or your sense of humor. Maybe something smaller, hopefully. Something will be gained, no question, but something will be missing. And when you finally take off your uniform and reconcile in everything, you're going to want to know why you're missing whatever it is you're missing. And you better be able to give a good reason. And it better be your reason. Not NBC News' reason or the president's reason or your recruiter's reason. Your reason. If there's any truth to the phrase defending freedom, it's simply that, more than ever you can imagine now, the truth will set you free.